After being made unemployed, 41-year-old Mel Robbins stumbled upon an incredibly powerful productivity tool. The 5-second rule is a concept she made famous. It helped her to become more productive and completely turn her life around. What's even better is that there is scientific evidence that backs it up. So what is the 5-second rule and how does it work? It is what's known as a metacognition tool, which basically means it is a tool that is used against the psychological trickery your brain plays that ultimately leads to procrastination. Therefore, using these tools leaves you more able to accomplish your tasks, like hitting the like button and subscribing. The example first used by Mel Robbins was super simple, just getting out of bed. She often woke up and instead of getting up, would turn off the alarm and go back to sleep. This made her wake up late, and by the end of the day, she had achieved little of her goals, telling herself she would wake up early and do them tomorrow. The cycle continued. Sound familiar? She then tried what would become the 5-second rule. She counted backwards from 5, and once she reached 1, would physically move and launch herself into the day, inspired by a NASA program she had been watching. It worked. She got up on time and began to accomplish her tasks. Mel went on to apply the rule whenever there was an important task to complete, and before long her life had turned around. This is what caused her to name the concept the 5-second rule and to go on and write a book about it that sold over 2 million copies. The main principle behind the 5-second rule is that it reworks your brain to facilitate action. A quote from Mel's book: "If you have an impulse to act on a goal, you must physically move within 5 seconds, or your brain will kill the idea." This can manifest as thinking about doing something, but never actually moving, or getting distracted and going on to do something else, for example cleaning or reorganizing. By counting down from 5 and then moving, you force the brain to concentrate on the counting rather than ways to prevent you from actioning your thought. The 5-second rule utilizes several different psychological principles to help you, one being the so-called progress principle. Think of it as momentum. Even small steps forwards are steps in the right direction, and they build courage. As you take more and more, they become easier, and over time lead you a long way from where you began, just like compound interest. The do good, be good principle, in which it was suggested that acting was the road to happiness and success, not thinking. This is exactly what the 5-second rule encourages: movement, action. The third is the right time is now. Waiting for the right time is another very common reason people give for not accomplishing goals. But the truth is, waiting for the planets to align to perform a task means that that task is probably not going to get done. You have to just do it. And the 5-second rule encourages this, because for new results, you have to do something new. In her book, Mel cites the work of Antonio Damasio, a neuroscientist. His research suggests that 95% of our decisions come from feelings, not facts. So we typically feel, then act, rather than think, then act. This is somewhat of an inconvenience since we often don't feel like doing anything. Using the 5-second rule overrides this. You still have the capability to carry out the task even if you don't feel like it. But because you don't feel like it, you choose not to do it. Think of athletes who utilize this to train even when they don't feel like it. In summary, using the 5-second rule consistently will help you to build confidence and to interrupt the pathways that your brain employs to prevent action. Be sure to check out the other videos on money and self-improvement.